Before Light Falls. A story by Stephen Creeks. Read for free at stephencreeks.com.
Chapter 10. I won't hide the fact that you gentlemen are not welcome here. The mayor of Henderson had greeted us just like that, stiff as a board, shoulders pulled back to compensate for the solid 4 inches he lacked. A wiry, nervous guy with 3 hairs fighting a civil war on top of his skull that he kept trying to discipline with an annoyed finger. He talked fast, too fast. It rattled off like an improvised campaign speech. Intimidation, martial law, abandoned, the whole catalogue of grievances Henderson held against us, the military. And that was just the warm-up. He looked us up and down like we were mere errand boys sent by the colonel to receive his wrath. A little smirk, contemptuous, the look of someone who thinks he's having his moment of glory. And if you think I'm being harsh, gentlemen, wait until you hear from the community of Henderson. He'd leaned on the word community like he was leaning on a velvet-covered threat.
You're forgetting I'm part of that community, Mr. Whitaker. My father was a pillar of this town for over 50 years. We put all this in place to protect you.
Whitaker took a first puff on his huge cigar. The smoke hit the back of his throat. He coughed like a man caught in the act. Protect us? Really? And from whom?
Not from whom, Mr. Whitaker.
The gym door practically flew against the wall. A guy I knew by sight, a regular at Wallace's diner, I think, stumbled in. Eyes too wide, breath knocked out of him. Pure panic.
Mr. Mayor, all of you, come look outside. There's something not right.
His shout split the air. A few murmurs, exchanged glances, a silence that fell like a block of lead. Even Whitaker lost his composure. His cigar trembled between his fingers. I caught his eye.
That's why we're here.
We walked out. First the 3 of us, then the residents behind us, sucked outside. A compact, silent crowd formed at a walking pace, in a rustle of clothes and held breath. Outside, the air smelled metallic. Every eye turned south, and in front of us, on the horizon, the black shroud was advancing. A mass, a darkness swallowing everything in its path, closer than it had ever been. At a glance, it couldn't be far from the base anymore. Whitaker's cigar slipped from his fingers and fell into the dust. Around us, a murmur spread, a ripple of anxious conversations, whispered questions. Clara stepped up to me and gently placed her hand on my arm.
Steve, you should talk to them. We've been asking ourselves too many questions for too long.
That's what I'm here for.
I turned to them, 100 faces, some frozen, others already on the edge of panic.
Listen to me closely. I didn't come here to scare you, or to tell you stories. Those who know me know I don't talk for nothing.
I tried to look them all in the eye, as if I was speaking to them individually.
This thing, it appeared yesterday, and it's moving, very fast, and we can't stop it.
A farmer looked me up and down, worn cap, arms crossed, jaw tight.
What are you trying to tell us, son? That we're all gonna die?
No. I want to convince you to head north as fast as possible. This thing is moving quickly.
A woman shouted from behind me, clutching her son tight.
Leave? But go where?
And our homes, our livestock. We're just supposed to leave everything.
Did you see that thing? It's not a storm, not a fire, it's something else.
Yeah, and when it catches us, what happens? What do we become on the other side?
What's on the other side? I don't know. The only thing I know is we sent one of our own in there, and he never came back.
How much time are we talking before it gets here?
I took a slow breath. They were all looking at me like I had the answers, like I'd become the unwilling spokesman for an end of the world whose rules I understood no better than they did.
I can't give you a precise time, but we're counting in days, maybe hours.
Damn it, you're a whole army. Don't tell me you can't do anything. You got guns, planes, I don't know. Can't you fight this thing?
It doesn't work like that. We tried. Everything we could. The Black Veil advances. Period. The only thing to do is run.
And how do you expect us to leave? Our whole life is here. We got kids, old folks, sick people, and not everyone has a car.
That's my mission, to organize your evacuation. We have vehicles, fuel, logistics. We can get you to Caliente and beyond if necessary. But you have to decide. Now.
And if we leave, and it follows us, what do we do?
Then we keep going, even further north. But staying in Henderson is choosing to die here.
Eyes lowered, jaws clenched. The tight-knit community Whitaker talked about had just cracked right before my eyes. A stocky guy, typical Nevada farmer, weathered by too much sun, barked out, almost roaring.
I'm never leaving my land. I was born here, like my father before me. If I gotta die, I'll die here. The kid talked about a choice. That's mine.
Nobody contradicted him. Maybe a lot of them thought the same thing. Maybe I wasn't convincing enough. A tall redhead with pale eyes, the mechanic from Ford, spoke up next.
It's not about giving up. It's about surviving. You hear them, the military? They're not our enemies. Most of them we know. Him, right there, he's one of us. They're Americans, for Christ's sake.
American or not, nobody tells me when to leave my home.
Maybe not. Unless there is no home anymore. I got kids. My priority is protecting them.
A tense silence followed, broken only by Branson, the pastor. He was clutching his Bible like a life preserver.
My brothers, the Bible says it. Woe to those who remain when the days of darkness come. Yes, my brothers, this thing advancing, it is the shadow of the days foretold by the apocalypse. Woe to us if we stay here.
A ripple went through the crowd around Whitaker. The mayor sighed, lowered his head, then walked up to me.
The people are divided, son. But you spoke true. Many will follow you. That thing gives me the creeps. And what the pastor said, maybe it is the end of the world. But you see, me, I was born here. I grew up here. I never knew anything but Henderson. What you're asking me is to run toward an unknown that terrifies me just as much as that black veil. So no, I won't follow you. I'll stay in my home, and I'll wait for the town to disappear along with me, if that is the will of the Almighty.
My role isn't to force you to follow me, Mr. Whitaker. I came to warn you and to lend a hand to those who want to leave.
I turned to the people of Henderson, huddled together.
Those who want to head north, take a step toward me. The others can go wherever they want. Henderson is no longer under blockade.
A hesitation, then footsteps. About a dozen people stepped forward, couples, 2 kids, an old man in a plaid shirt, and Clara. She was trying to look composed, but her hands were shaking. She was scared to death, like me, like everyone here. I glanced at the black veil, impossible to look away. It wasn't night, not a shadow, not even a storm. It was the void, a perfect line between what still existed and what had already been erased. A silence swallowing the world. The walkie-talkie on my belt crackled. I brought it to my lips.
Grant, I am inches away from the thing.
Colonel, fall back. There's still time to...
No, for me, no. And for you, neither. I figured out what it is. This veil.
A long silence. So long I thought he was already gone.
Colonel?
See you on the other side, Grant.
The connection cut. Not a breath, not a crackle, nothing. Like he'd just been swallowed too. Clara was right there, voice raspy.
What did he mean? Do you know?
I just know one thing. We have to run from that black veil. That's it. What the colonel meant, I have no idea. This whole thing is beyond me. I'm just doing what I can.
She nodded, a fragile trust in her eyes.
I trust you, Steve.
Her voice was just a breath, just for me. Then she turned to the others, those who had already taken a step forward. And there, her tone changed, clearer, firmer.
Come on, let's go. We don't have time, and I trust them.
Her fear was visible, almost palpable, but when she spoke, she showed none of it. Her voice snapped, sharp, solid. She had that charisma you can't order up, the kind that pulls others along in spite of themselves. It took my breath away. Everything happened very fast. The soldiers scattered to organize the evacuation. Daniels and Cooper backed up the trucks and dropped the tailgates. The old GMC Ford coughed before settling into a deep rum. The elderly were first. 2 soldiers supported an old man struggling to walk. He gripped my arm as he passed, his gaze lost somewhere behind me. He kept glancing back at the advancing black border. A mother climbed up after him, carrying a baby against her chest, wrapped in a blanket we'd just given her. A military nurse helped her settle in and fastened the strap around the metal bench. Further down, a kid refused to leave his dog. Sergeant Cooper knelt to his level.
Listen, son. Your dog comes with us, okay? But you gotta get in now.
Promise?
Promise.
He lifted the animal with one hand and placed the child in the truck bed like it was the most normal thing in the world. On my end, I was helping a couple where the woman had a bandaged leg. I practically carried her to hoist her into the truck. Once the civilians were settled, we tied down tarps to protect them from the wind and dust. The air was getting heavy, charged with electricity, like before a storm that would never break.
Grant! We have 2 full vehicles. The third is taking the last ones. I'm taking point. As soon as your group is ready, you follow me.
Yes, Captain.
I watched Daniel's Jeep pull away, engine roaring, followed by the first trucks already buffeted by the wind. Then I turned back toward the other side. The black veil had gotten closer again, a tongue of shadow gaining ground, inch by inch. I gave my final orders to the soldiers left under my command, placing each one where they could be useful. My gaze swept the chaos of departure, looking for Clara. She was there, leaning over an old lady, helping her button her coat with a gentle gesture. The temperature was dropping visibly.
Clara? Would you like to come with me?
She didn't answer. Our eyes met. The wind lifted a strand of her hair. She gave that little smile, tiny, shy, almost imperceptible. Then she walked toward my Jeep, silent, as if she had been waiting for this moment as much as I had. We fell in behind the convoy. I cast one last look in the rearview mirror, toward those who stayed. What was going to happen to them? The engine purred beneath us, like a worried animal. The Jeep followed the bumpy track leading toward the foothills of Black Ridge. Clara hadn't said a thing for several minutes. Her fingers played with the seam of her coat, a nervous tick.
Steve, I can't stop thinking about the night of the dance.
I kept my eyes on the road.
The explosion?
Yes, the explosion, the black snow, all that. We fought. I thought it was the Russians.
So did I.
It wasn't the Russians, was it?
No, not the Russians.
She lifted her head, mouth slightly open as if something had just torn inside her.
We're heading north, right? Through the tunnel?
Yeah. Daniels is opening the way. We'll catch up with him on the other side.
She looked straight ahead, face suddenly frozen.
It's not possible, Steve.
She pointed at the mountain we were heading toward.
I think the black veil is in front of us too.
What? No, it's behind us. We saw it coming toward Henderson. From the south, it...
Look at the sky, Steve.
I followed her gaze, and I understood. I hadn't seen it. Prisoner of the road, the rocks, the steering wheel. I hadn't seen anything. But there, above the mountains, A compact night was advancing toward us. Not a shadow, not a cloud. The same black void that had swallowed Henderson, except this one was coming straight from the northern horizon, like a gigantic curtain drawn from the sky. The veil wasn't just behind us, it was boxing us in. And Daniels was driving straight into it, toward the Black Ridge Tunnel. An icy shiver ran up my neck. Colonel Morris's words came back all at once, sharp, relentless.
It is too late for me, just as it is for you.